Fans, hold on to this. Amanda Staveley's name is back making headlines, and this time, it's linked to a potential billion-pound takeover in English football. Yes, the former Newcastle owner, the woman who helped change the history of our club, could now be involved in a bid for Tottenham Hotspur. I'm Rodrigo, and you're watching Newcastle Mania, the channel made by fans for fans who are passionate about Newcastle United. You blinked, and Newcastle made the news even when it's not about Newcastle. The truth is, our club's name, our former executives, and even our investors are still making headlines everywhere. But before we dive into this whole story, just one quick word. If you love Newcastle and want to keep up with everything happening on and off the pitch, hit that subscribe button now. It costs nothing, helps a lot, and makes all the difference for our black and white community. Here's the kicker. A £100 million investment in Tottenham Hotspur could have completely shut the door on Amanda Staveley returning to own a Premier League club. The Spurs owners, NIC, confirmed a huge new cash injection into the club, and this came right after rumors suggested that Amanda Staveley and her consortium, PCP International Finance, were interested in buying Tottenham. But with this fresh investment, the message seems crystal clear. Tottenham is not for sale, and the Lewis family, who have run the club for decades, intend to stay in control. Tottenham Hotspur released an official statement clarifying the purpose of the £100 million cash injection, stating it is to further strengthen the financial position of Tottenham and ensure long-term sporting success. In other words, the club is completely shielding itself. This move shows Tottenham wants to prepare for the future, protect itself from potential financial turbulence, and most importantly, send a message to the market and any potential buyers that there are no plans to sell. Non-executive chairman Peter Charrington reinforced this stance firmly, saying, "Our focus is on stability and empowering the management team to realize the club's ambitions." Charrington also thanked the Lewis family for their ongoing support and commitment to the club's future. In other words, the message is clear. Tottenham is not open for business, and any takeover attempts will be rejected. But here's where it gets really interesting, fans. Among those interested in buying Tottenham was none other than Amanda Staveley, the former Newcastle United owner, the woman who, back in 2021, played a key role in bringing the Saudi Public Investment Fund, PIF, and the Rubin family into our club. According to The Telegraph, Staveley's consortium, PCP International Finance, even submitted an official acquisition proposal to NIC, the company that controls Tottenham. The result? Quick and decisive. The club rejected it immediately and unequivocally, leaving no room for negotiation. And it wasn't just Staveley's group that tried. Another consortium, led by Roger Kennedy and Wing FAI Ing, through Firehawk Holdings Limited, also made an offer, and got the same categorical no. Soon after, Tottenham released a public statement reinforcing their position. The club is not for sale, and the NIC has no intention of accepting offers to acquire its stake. So the doors are completely shut. And this £100 million injection came precisely to show strength, stability, and self-sufficiency. It's a direct message to the market. Tottenham intends to follow its own path, without relying on new investors or external consortiums, including those led by figures known from a Newcastle universe. But this raises a big question. Did Amanda Staveley really want to buy Tottenham, or was she just testing the waters for a new personal project after leaving Newcastle? That's the question leaving the British football world buzzing, and the answer could reveal a lot about the behind-the-scenes power moves in the Premier League. On social media, the news hit like a bomb, and Newcastle fans reacted immediately. Many were surprised, while others felt a certain pride, remembering how Amanda Staveley was crucial in rebuilding our club. Some even commented, "She's the woman who opened the doors to Newcastle's golden era." But as always, not everyone was convinced. Some fans were divided, asking provocative questions. Is she looking to start over at another club just to prove she can do what she did at St. James Park again? Is it personal ambition, or just another market move? In the British press, the reaction was intense. Newspapers highlighted Staveley's weight in English football. The Daily Mail emphasized that her interest in Tottenham shows she still wields influence and mobilization power in the sporting scene. Meanwhile, The Telegraph reminded readers that her consortium was key to the PIF takeover of Newcastle in 2021, one of the most significant financial transformations in the Premier League's recent history, something that changed our club's story forever. And if that wasn't enough, Staveley was recently seen at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium as a VIP guest during the NFL game between Cleveland Browns and Minnesota Vikings. For many, this is hardly a coincidence. Her presence in London fuels even more speculation. Was she really studying a strategic move, or simply networking and exploring opportunities in international football? In short, fans, the reaction shows two main things. Amanda Staveley is still a force to be reckoned with in English football. Every move she makes is watched and commented on immediately by both the press and fans. And it's clear, even after leaving Newcastle, her name still has impact and shakes the market. The big question now is, will she try another club? Or is she just observing the background, learning, and waiting for the right moment to act? This uncertainty keeps everyone on edge because any step by the former Newcastle owner could shake the top clubs of the Premier League. Amanda Staveley left Newcastle in the summer of 2024, selling her shares to the PIF and the Reuben family, who then increased their stake in the club. At the time, she gave an emotional interview, saying, "Leaving was the hardest thing I've ever done, but we left the club in good hands." She also praised the work of the PIF and stated that Newcastle has a bright future ahead. But fans, you can't help but wonder, does Staveley miss the challenge? After helping to transform Newcastle, is she looking for a new project to do it all over again? After all, Tottenham is a sleeping giant with modern infrastructure, a top-notch stadium, but having struggled to win major titles for years. And if there's anyone who knows how to rebuild, it's her. While Tottenham tries to get back on track with their own money, Newcastle is living a totally different reality, solid, stable, and growing in every area. The club has a strong investment base, coherent management, and a long-term project. The Spurs, on the other hand, still seem caught in uncertainty. A new CEO, the departure of Daniel Levy after 25 years, and a squad still searching for an identity. In other words, two completely opposite paths. On one side, Newcastle, a true example of rebuilding. On the other, Tottenham, still trying to find their way. With this new £100 million investment, Tottenham sends a clear message. We're not for sale, we want to compete. But Amanda Staveley's interest shows that the market is still watching closely. And figures linked to Newcastle are still seen as a benchmark of success in the Premier League. For her, this could be the start of a new chapter. But for US fans, it's a powerful reminder of how far Newcastle has come. Amanda Staveley may look at other clubs, but the truth is, her story is already written in black and white. She was an essential part of Newcastle's transformation, and nothing, not even £100 million from Tottenham, changes that. So, fans, what do you think about this story? Would you like to see Amanda Staveley leading another Premier League club, or do you think her place will always be linked to Newcastle? Leave your thoughts in the comments. I really want to know what you think. And of course, if you love Newcastle and want to stay up to date with everything happening on and off the pitch, subscribe now, hit the bell, and join us on this journey. Because the best of Newcastle is still to come. See you in the next video, Magpies.